Hello fellow Techers, Space Bandit here with another episode of World of Tanks. And today guys, we have a guest replay. And since we have a guest replay, you know what that means. It's going to be a third person view, for which I apologize. But that's the least I can do to show really good gameplay of one of the players that was on my team that helped me, or I helped him to carry. And I just had to show this game to you guys. I just had to. Close games is what we thrive for. So I actually really enjoyed it. Anyway, our hero with gamer tag K1ller, for simplicity's sake, let's just call him Killer. He, being a bottom tier or lower tier than me, I think carried most. But without me, I don't think he would be able to carry. So in this game, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna show you some snippets from my game and majority of his game. I don't want to steal his thunder. This game was really good for him. He had a great result in this game, and the fact that we were down in numbers at the end of the game, it just says it all. He made all the right decisions, and yeah, for this I had to applaud him, and that's why I'm showing this game. So apologies, you won't be able to see where he's aiming, unfortunately, but you will see what happens in this game. It's actually really fun game to be a part of. And usually when you find a player that's kind of thinking on the same level as you are in the game, is what makes this game special. And honestly, all I need sometimes in my games is this type of player, someone that can support me. And I'm trying to do exact same thing for whoever, you know, is playing this game and shows initiative and shows that they can actually do this, right? Anyway, let's get to the action here. As you can see, K1ller got himself in position G5. This is a team distraction mode on Redshire 1944. Not the easiest map to play when it comes to team destruction. It depends how the team distributes, our team and the opposing team. But he found himself here at location G5, where he has some nice shots into the opposition. But what is this guy doing, this paladin? He just goes right in front of him and takes his spot. So what K1ller does, he gives him a little bit of a shove in the behind. He didn't push him out, he just gave him a little shove and said, dude, that's my spot. What does the guy do? He almost pushes him out in the open. Guys, I know, you know, in the game you get into situations like that every once in a while. And this situation actually ended up being pretty good because they gave each other a bump here and there, and no one really, you know, went the extra mile. Didn't do anything dirty, which is good, and I appreciate this fact. But if Paladin actually pushed him out into the open, that would have been, you know, not a very nice thing to do. Anyway, K1ller realized that Paladin took his spot, so he probably decided to just, you know what, I'm just gonna reposition. There's no point shoving and arguing for the position, so I'm just gonna get myself somewhere else, and I can get shots from a different position, right? But fact of the matter is that Paladin is following him, so I don't know what's going on there, but still. So he got himself in a nice position here. He's gonna try to put a shot into this IS-3. Yes, he does. He takes him out of the game. Game is relatively close, so we have to be taking guns out of the game as quickly as possible. As you can see, we just lost another tank over there. And what the opposition team did, they lined themselves up at 9 line. And basically they had a couple of spotters that were just ahead, that were spotting everyone that's sitting up there. And that's what basically gave him the advantage, because our team started pushing through the field. Now, when I realized that our team is pushing through the field, I try to take the grunt of the enemy fire on me. I'm, you know, the top tier. I was top tier in this matchup. T95. Lots of armor. So that's what I should have been doing. And when I noticed that our hero of the game actually is pushing up here, I did same thing. I started pushing up. But at this point, we're concentrating our fire on this E75. he's basically providing spots to the opposition team. So we gotta take this guy out of the game. Now look at the positioning of the killer. He just pushed his dead wreck in front of him and created kind of a groove where he can poke through just with his gun and create shooting lanes. That's fantastic. That's how you play tanks properly, guys. You side scrape, you use dead tanks in front of you to create cover, and you know, people have trouble penetrating him because he has a strong turret. He's playing his tank to his advantage. Now, at the same time, we managed to take out E75. So at this point, I'm telling my teammates, let's attack. And the reason why I'm saying that is what I told you guys earlier. I want the opposition to pay attention to me. I want them to fire at me. I am the heavy tank destroyer. I should be doing the heavy work. At the same time, I know that behind us, you don't see it on a map right now, but at location B3 somewhere, there is a Tiger 2. He just went around, he killed our RD, and now he's probably gonna be flanking us. Now, we do have a tank at location E4, the heavy tank there, but for whatever reason, he decided to turn around and face the Tiger 2. I think it would have been better decision for him to stick with us so we can push together. And because we're separating at this point in time, we don't have numbers, right? So, as you can see, we're concentrating our fire at T34E1. That's the most important tank to take out of the game at this point in time because he's a top tier autoloader. So, as you can see, I'm pushing forward. I don't really care. I'm full health. I don't care if they're going to be penetrating me. And at the same time, I'm telling Killer to follow me. But he does the right thing. He has a good spot. He's sitting in the riverbed. And that spot is going to turn out to be perfect for him. Unfortunately, our heavy tank in the back just got taken out by Tiger 2. And over there, you could see for a split second, Tiger 2 was there at location D3. I think. So, I'm continuing to push. I don't care. We're losing this game 4-2. Actually, they have 4 tanks. We have 2 tanks. So I gotta do something. I can't just sit in one spot. Now, Killer is concentrating his fire on T54E1, but unfortunately, T32 overexposes himself and he takes a shot at Killer. Now, we're gonna switch to my view for a split second here and you see what happens here. So I'm paying attention to T54E1, but I'm kind of in a pickle because I have tanks on both sides. So it was a quick snapshot, just auto aim and snapshot, and we managed to take out T54E1. Very dangerous tank out of the game. Now we're gonna push up a little bit higher on this hill. We want to make sure that these guys hide, and that's what I'm trying to do. At the same time, Tiger 2 puts a shell into my ass. Now let's switch to Killer's view again. He's paying attention to this T32. He doesn't want him to overexpose there. Now back to me. I'm gonna come up in between those 2 ridges here. I'll take a hit from T32, but I don't care. I want to turn around and focus him to make sure that he stays where he is. At the same time, Killer is gonna just continue sitting in a riverbed, but take a look at his awareness just in a split second. He's gonna realize that Tiger 2 is spotted. I don't know who spotted him, whether it was him or whether it was me, but he turns around, he lines up a shot at Tiger 2 and he takes him out of the game. That was key. That kill was key because the guy was behind us. At the same time, he bounces a shell from Emo 1 and he gets himself in a position that Emo 1 cannot really shoot or cannot see his hull. What Emo 1 should have done in this situation is charged him and go around him, take him out of the game. That wasn't a very smart play on his part. So at this point in time, I think Killer thinks that Emo is reloading, so he's gonna charge him or push him. But I think Emo still has 1 shell left in the chamber. I think he fired only 3. Yeah, yeah, that's right. He fires his 4th one over here. Now, what happened with me? Now, this is key situation here, guys. Pay attention to this. Now, I'm keeping an eye on this T32. I don't want him to go and take out my T32 because my T32 Killer is my lifeline. If he dies, I will probably die because I'm easy to flank. I don't have mobility. And this T32 is playing a really good game. Look at that. He tracked me. He doesn't want me to approach him. So what I did at this time, I switched to APCR round, premium round, because I wanted to pen him through the turret. But there I missed the shot. And because I missed the shot, what happens? T32 pokes over and tries to kill K1ller, but unfortunately he doesn't line up his shot properly and he bounces his shell. This would have been enemy's team victory if they had a little bit of composure, if they took their shots properly. They had the advantage. In certain cases they made good plays. Obviously T32 made good plays. Email 1 did not. I thought he should have probably pushed our friend K1ller much earlier so he can take him out of the game. Now, I'm trying to flank him from the other side. I thought that Email is gonna basically drop. He's scared. But now he decides to basically charge K1ller. And that's what he should have done much earlier. And because he does that, he's gonna take him out of the game, which comes down to 1v1. Unfortunately, our hero dies in this situation, but he fought brilliantly out of this position. He played his tank to his strengths. Absolutely fantastic gameplay, and he has to be applauded for that. Take a look at these shells that he bounced on his tank. Anyway, so at this point, Email 1 goes dark, right? I don't know where he is, but I have a suspicion because I'm on top of that hill, just on the left side there. I have suspicion that he's gonna either try to flank me or he's gonna try to run off. Right, so he's strolling nicely through the riverbed, but you're not getting away from me, buddy. No, no, no. No, no, no. So we line up a shot and we take him out of the game. Anyway, fantastic teamwork, I thought it was in this game, especially without any communication. K1ller was able to kind of think through and understand what I was trying to do, and he did fantastic job defending. In a low ground, basically. He was in a ravine. Total low ground. It's so difficult to play out of position like that, and he had a fantastic, fantastic game. So I really wanted to show this game, guys, because of the teamwork, because of what happened, how this game finished. On a side note, I will be showing the entire grind to T110E3. Yes, I've started grind to T110E3. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna show you games from each tier, starting at tier 7, tier 8, tier 9, and tier 10. And what I'm gonna try to do is I'm gonna try to have best game I can at every tier, starting at tier 7, and I'm gonna show it to you guys. So also we're gonna do overview of the tech tree and give you guys an idea of how to get to certain tank, what are the packages along the way, and so on and so forth. Anyway, not to blabber anymore. I don't want to steal away K1ller's thunder. So let's take a look at the end plates. He managed to put up 3.8k damage with 686 assisted. He got Top Gun medal as bottom tier in this matchup. He got Mastery Ace tanker in this game. Absolutely fantastic, fantastic game. And just to mention, as you can see, the end screen is in Portuguese. Yes, because K1ller is from Brazil. So after the game, I sent him a message. I asked him if he had an end screen. I told him he played a great game, and I really appreciated his support. Thank you, K1ller, for sending the end screen for me. Thank you for being a good teammate. Now let's take a look at his numbers. As I mentioned to you before, he finished with 6 kills, 3.8k damage, 1.8k base XP. Very good base XP for this tank. He fired 24 shots, he had 20 direct hits and 15 penetrations. Anyway guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. That's it for now. Until next time, happy tanking, Space Bandit checking out.